Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christina. I'm glad you're here. I'm back with a ridiculous shirt because today we're going to take a look at the preparations of Monations 2025, Monat's annual conference that we'll have in August this year in Las Vegas. And what a better chance to get out the ridiculous shirt again when we're talking about a ridiculous network marketing company like Monat and a ridiculous conference like Monations. I stumbled across a Instagram post from Monat where they announced that everything is being prepped now. And are we excited for Monations 2025? And then I took a look at the website from Monations 25 and I wanted to talk about it because it's ridiculous. Now, I'm surprised Monat even holds another Monations 25. They're obviously not doing well. I don't think that the recent launches in Belgium and in Germany, that they did them anything good. But I mean, kudos to them. They're still pushing through. They're still trying it. I think that they're trying to make some bucks, some money off their distributors by holding this conference because it's not free. You have to pay and purchase a good amount of money for the tickets. And I think that maybe that is what they're doing. Let's see. I will, of course, also cover Monations itself, but this is a short video about the preparations. If you would take a look at their announcement, they will be in Resorts World Las Vegas, and it will happen from August 21st till 24th. Now, that is earlier than usual. I think typically it was in September or October, but I guess Las Vegas didn't wait for them. Monations is under the title United. I mean, the few people that are still within this MLM, they are united. They have to put up this united facade. It is a conference where the market partners purchase tickets. So it's not an incentive trip that you can earn if you recruit enough people and if you sell a certain amount of product. As a market partner, you need to purchase a ticket and then you can participate. And the first thing I recognized is that now this year you do not seem to have to be a market partner anymore to participate. If you pay $149 for entry for those 3 or rather 4 days, then you are able to participate. You can either register as a normal market partner or you get a market partner redemption code. So maybe the company gifts some appearances to some of the market partners or reimburses them. But you can then also sign up as a non-market partner for $149, and then there's also a registration code for the non-market partners. Now that is news to me that non-market partners are allowed to attend. Typically you have to have a market partner ID and then you're able to attend, but in this case that is not a necessity anymore. So it looks like they're opening this up to more people that are not just market partners. You also do not need to sign up with your social security number anymore. Also Monat relaxed that rule. And then the ticket price in this case is $149. Now, typically to sign up for Monations, it costs a market partner $199 if they sign up right after the still ongoing conference. And typically they say it would be $289. The closer you get to the actual conference date, the pricier the tickets are. So they're inviting people who are not market partners, purchase a ticket for $149. They take the cost or they take over the cost for some of the market partners, trying to incentivize the people to join. And then the price is lower than ever, $149 as opposed to $289, also shortly before the convention starts. That is a sign to me that Monat is not doing well at all, because typically these tickets would now be way over $200. Then on their social media, Monat announced that they were prepping for Monations, and I wanted to go through those posts with you. This was just an added bonus, taking a look at the website and seeing, okay, so you don't even need to be a market partner anymore, and you get the tickets pretty much thrown at you, because Monat probably has a rough time trying to get enough people into this conference center. And ironically, they announced Monat Monations United 2025 with a picture of an empty conference room. So maybe that is foreshadowing. They were prepping for this, advising the market partners. Monat MPO is the Instagram account that you can sign up if you're a market partner, or they don't check that well. Let's just say some other people follow those accounts as well. They say, meet your Monations 2025 speakers. From our corporate team to renowned trainers and leaders, this year's event is sure to be our most epic yet. Well, maybe it will also be your last one. Can you imagine that they might say, hey, welcome to Monations. Let's purchase some really, really pricey, very exclusive products, because typically new launches, country launches, and product launches will be announced there as well. And then they shut those down afterwards, saying, thank you for your business. We're going retail now. I would root for that. I don't know if that will happen, but it's probably wishful thinking from my end. Meet your Monations 2025 speakers. Get ready to grow with the speakers. Well, Monat is not growing, Monat is shrinking, who will inspire. That's all they can do. Educate, not a lot of education there, and elevate. More and more people leave Monat. The income disclosure statement shows that less and less people are very likely in the company, although they don't have the actual numbers of people in it, but the paychecks are down and less people are able to participate in any kind of incentive. They don't even give you the full numbers anymore who is participating in the Cadillac program and the Motor Club program. They did that the years before, so that is highly ironic. Inspiration with our founders. Wow, that is one of your highlights. The founder and co-founder of Monat, the people who are always there, the Urdaneta dudes. Senor Luis Urdaneta, the guy who yelled at former network marketers in Monat, described them as whores and as baptized with cocaine water. That's the person, the inspirational person who's supposed to elevate its market partners on a stage in Las Vegas. Yeah, maybe we should have skipped that. You see why I'm wearing this ridiculous shirt, because it is ridiculous, but also because this is ridiculous. The least inspirational, elevating, and supporting person on the stage will be Senor Luis Urdaneta, because he's a bogus, boofus little man who is butthurt when his own distributors say, sayonara, we don't work here anymore, this sucks, we need to make money. And then his son, the ever-present Rey Urdaneta, the CEO and co-founder, whose primary job, in my opinion, is to like nonsensical posts from market partners, because whenever there's a market partner that has 3 or more followers, he will like their post. I'm telling you, it's probably his full-time job. Then the motivational speakers, the keynote speakers are, it looks like their contract with Daniel G is still ongoing, known as the world's #1 sales trainer. Says who? Daniel G? If you have ADHD, or if you're anxiety ridden, or if you're prone to panic attacks, maybe don't go there, because that person would make me nervous, always jumping around, yelling at you. Not a person I would find inspirational. And then we have, who are you? Edwin or Erwin McManus, globally renowned author, speaker, pastor, and the visionary behind Mosaic and McManus Mastermind. Yeah, never heard of that one before. Those are the motivational key speakers. And that is actually why I wanted to take a look at this post, and then I got a little bit sidetracked with a website where you can also join if you're not a market partner, and they're pretty much throwing this at you for almost free. Well, not for free, for $149, but this is the reason why I actually wanted to speak about this. The lowdown with our hype squad. It is typical at network marketing conventions that the companies will try to revive their most tippity-top successful distributors, because these are the people who are supposed to be inspiring. On their agenda, they also have the Directors Day and the Directors Summits and the Directors Get Together and the Directors Sign In. So the directors typically are the ones who arrive a little bit earlier, a day earlier. They have their special Directors Check-In, even Plainfield, And then these are also the inspirational people who you have to watch out for, because they tell the not so successful market partners what to do, how they can be successful, stay in longer, purchase the products, blah, blah. Ann Fisher is an SED from the United States. That is the top rank of the company. Krista Crawford is also an SED. Julie Stevens is also an SED. And what I find interesting is that Julie and Ann Fisher, they pretty much get gifted a third of Tony Van Choik, Monat's first market partner, and another person, I think Natasha Richardson, I don't know if that's her name. They get gifted a third of Tony Van Choik's downline, because Tony Van Choik was pretty much signed up by corporate, and her team now rolled up to these 3. Christina Smallwood is now as an SED again. She was an ED and she was really hustling and she was really trying to get people in. She wanted to make the Germany launch and the Belgium launch work for her because she was so desperate to rank up again. So it looks like she is now, at least for now, an SED. Sarah Hill, who was a senior executive director for the longest time, is now an ED. And all of these numbers are their career ranks, the highest ranks these people have hit within the past year. Then typically Monat renews the titles, and it is also visible to the outside world what rank they have hit. I'm sure they made sure that Christina Smallwood had that updated rather quickly because it's beneficial for the company. But Sarah Hill was one of the people who had one of the biggest teams. She now also dropped in rank. And then we have two AEDs, Alexia and Caroline, two associate executive directors. That is the third highest rank. So we only, the lowdown squad, we only have 4 SEDs mentioned here. We have 1 ED, the second highest rank, and 2 AEDs. And Monat really has to bring their A game to these conferences to tell people we're still successful, we're still doing good, sign up, do more, purchase more products, try to recruit people. Come on, people, you can do it. If they can do it, you can do it too. These are the inspirational beacon of light. There is not a lot of success story left anymore, so the director sign-in will be rather quickly. These are not the only directors. If we take a look at the next slide, before we do that, let me also mention that everybody can join Monations from all countries. And who are the territories that are represented here? We have 6 people from the United States and 1 person. I don't see the full flag, but I suspect it is Australia. So we're having a lot of US Huns here. So much too. You can really achieve it and be really successful in any of the other countries. Monat launched in the United States first, and that's why those are the top people. Then on the second slide, we see the other success stories. The few that are still existing within Monat, strategies and insights with our stars. There is 1 senior executive director left here. Am I right? I am right. And that is Jacqueline Goldrich. She is the only other SED that is mentioned here. How many senior executive directors do we have? What about Ivy Carnegie? What about all of the other people that were hyped up? So we have, my brain is these days like that of a juice fruit fly. What? Sweet? Yeah? Windy? Huh? Me? On the slide before, we had 4 SEDs, and now we have with Jacqueline Goldrich the 5th SEDs that is speaking at this convention. It is just 5 people at the moment. Then this Natasha Richardson person might be the 6th one. Am I missing others? I don't know. It's concerning and confusing to see that we're only announcing 6 people. Now, there could be more senior executive directors, but it looks like not a lot of people are able to hold that rank. And they're dropping in ranks, and they're dropping like flies. And Christina Smallwood, I would suspect, is the exception because she was able to rank up. Faith Drew, AED. Shay from Australia, AED. Alex, welcome Alex, MMM, Managing Market Mentor, the Canadian Hun, the only Canadian Hun on this panel, and then more US Huns. MMM, 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 MMM. You don't even have a lot of EDs and AEDs left. People, come on. I love to see that. I love to see that Monat is tanking, but wow. This is supposed to be Monat's A-list. Monat United. There are not a lot of people there to be united. MMM is the 4th rank from the top. And typically you just have the directors speak or the senior executive directors. But now we have SEDs, EDs, AEDs, and MMMs. 0.6% of the company, 0.1, 0.2, 0.01, 0.02, 0.01. So it is 0.1% of the people in the company that are at those higher ranks. And they also make less and less money. Median annual gross earnings, those are their success stories. Let's not forget that. Hardly anybody is even able to hit those ranks. We're getting started at 87,000 up to 780,000 median annual gross earnings. That is truly gross. And then we have, oh, look at that. We have some more SEDs. Oh no, those are the husbands of existing SEDs. Perspective with our Mo man. I would say no man. Damian Garcia is married to an SED, very likely. Do we have a Garcia lady? Maybe I forgot another SED. Eric Siegel. Oh yeah, we have another SED very likely. That is the husband of Joe Siegel. He is not actively pursuing Monat. So they're very likely running this together under one account. That is Joe's husband. That's the person I forgot, very likely. And then Jesse Goldrich. That is Jacqueline Goldrich's husband. And that is why he's at the SED level as well. These people are not running their own accounts. Now, I don't know about Damian Garcia, but the others are husbands and the wives are running the show. Delton Grimes, very likely also the husband of somebody. So we're speaking about these. I forgot Joe. So that means we have 6 SEDs. Maybe 7 with Natasha. Maybe that's all that's left. Oh my God. That is truly glorious. And then we have, oh, here's Joe and Mary Garcia. Okay, those are the 2 other SEDs. That means 8. We now have 8 SEDs. Whoa, that is so great. We're tanking. Impulso Latino, Lou Urdaneta. Unfortunately, the only daughter in the Urdaneta family, from a family that claims they want to uplift women, the only true jobs on the corporate side that Senor Louis, the cocaine boss, baptized, where he alleges other people are being baptized in cocaine water, his only daughter has a made-up title. His son is the co-founder and is the CEO of the company. His other son is heading the HR department. And his only daughter in the company is the chief culture officer. Why not make up a title and set our daughter in the company as well? Because, the little girl needs to do something. I find that quite insulting as a woman when you take a look at the company and they claim they want to uplift women. I mean, if you're somewhat skeptical of network marketing companies, you know that all of that is bogus. But their only daughter has a made-up title. So Joe, the wife of, what's his face? Eric, and Mary Garcia is an SED. Damian Garcia is her husband. Those men are not SEDs. And then we have somebody else, MMM. We don't have enough speakers there. I have to do my math again. I'm sorry, my brain is fried. Ann Fisher, SED. Krista Crawford, SED. Julie Stevens, SED. Christina Smallwood, SED again. Then Jacqueline Goldrich. Then let's say this Natasha person as well, although I don't know if that's truthful. Mary Garcia, Joe Siegel. Possibly only 8 Huns left in the United States that are at the top rank. That's awesome. And then we have a lot of people in the 4th rank who now speak. That is also my experience when I reacted to, and you very likely haven't seen these yet, I've reacted and I filmed a couple of Monat corporate calls where they exchange the speakers now because they don't bring up the usual faces, the usual success stories. They have to come up with new people who are lower ranked, trying to inspire. This is a series that I will react to, especially for the people newly joining. So I do think they want to focus on the people newly joining Monat, and they need to come up with new speakers as well because the old ones are very likely worn out. We've heard their speeches forever. It's not that inspiring anymore. We need to have people who are more relatable. We still have to show the newbies what can be achieved. But if you're too high in the ranking and it's just a handful of people, we need to have new speakers. That is what I've experienced. And out of necessity, I believe that is what is happening here as well. The topics you've asked for, the tools you need. Who asked for those topics? New product training. Are we coming out with new products? Will they also be sold afterwards? Or is it like, Monations 2025 is done. Thank you for your support. Now we're going retail, but you got your hands on new exclusive product that won't be sold anywhere else. Congratulations. New launches. Does that mean new product launches or new territory launches? Be interesting to see. TikTok training, because Monat is also available on TikTok Shop, where only the distributors at the moment can sell, and they cannot recruit there, but they can sell the products there and can make a commission of the products they sold there. How Monat changes lives. Well, you for sure changed my life because it's always a delight. For my ridiculous shirt and for myself, it's a delight. You've already changed our lives, and I might also change your lives thanks to Monat. So thank you, Monat. Building your business. Might be a little bit tricky. I mean, they do need a whole lot of support there. Maybe the corporate side also needs help. Maybe the CEO and co-founder and founder shouldn't be on their social media bashing their market partners and liking your market partner's post, maybe they should actually do the job. Sponsoring and overcoming objections. So recruiting and overcoming objections, that will be the most important thing. This will probably be a 3-day workshop, just that. Onboarding. Why do we do that there? Onboarding. Isn't that something that you will lead to your very educated, super smart market partners? Why do you do onboarding there? Market partner testimonials, also important, because these are the people who can tell you how amazing the products and the business opportunities are. Recognition, that is important. So the handful of people, the 8 people at the SED rank at least announced here, plus a bunch of their husbands, plus 1 ED, that was Sarah Hill, poor Sarah Hill, and then a bunch of MMMs and more. If you don't know what else you want to do on the agenda, just don't announce it. Don't say and more. It's weird. Don't do that. Inspiration, motivation, celebration. You for sure need a lot of inspiration. You want your market partners to have motivation, but is there really a lot of celebration happening? I don't think so. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to learn and grow. Is it your last Monations? Please. Monations is live only, so register today so you can only attend it in Vegas. Wonderful. What do you think about this? That was Christina math. 1, 2, 3, what? Fireflies? What's going on? Yes, that is Christina math at the moment with a really fried brain. Not a lot of success stories left, and I am all here for it. I'm sure that some of the German Huns will unfortunately also attend. They purchased their tickets. They will very likely combine that with a trip to the United States, with a vacation trip. So I will keep an eye out for that, especially how they try to make this look good, because the picture, the announcement picture, was in a big arena. Monat hasn't been able to fill big arenas for years. They are at locations that sound massive, bombastic, grandiose, but in the end, they're only in small little meager conference rooms, and they're not even able to fill that up well. That's what I will look out for, to see how they try to do that time, because as somebody who works in the media industry and also who is responsible for the production of certain content, if you want to fake a party, if you want to fake a crowd, you really need to cram people together in one corner, and Monat didn't do a good job over the past years. They tried it, but if you have a lot of overly motivated market partners who want to take pictures and videos of the entire venue, they very clearly show you how many seats are actually taken. So stay tuned for Monations 2025. I'm so excited. I'm stumbling over my words again. Where not only market partners, but also non-market partners can sign up at a discounted price for $149. Typically, the prices would be up now, and the market partners would have to pay full prices. All the signs show me that Monat is not doing well, and I'm loving it, and I'm here for it, and that's why my ridiculous shirt and we had to do this video. Let me know your thoughts. If you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on further uploads, then go ahead and do that, and maybe that way you will also not miss out on Monations 2025. And if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!